What's up, cats? It's Itchymoche. Been out for a nice ride. The weather's beautiful. I couldn't ask for more. The only other thing I dream of is heading out on the highway. I mean, really hitting the road and going somewhere. Sturgis is right around the corner. South Dakota, that's a couple days ride from here. That's a good ride. You know, all those yuppies will be loading these things up on their trailers, or they'll be rolling them up in the back of their big old motor coach tour buses and going out there in the lap of luxury with the air conditioner on and the stereo cranked up. Well, I'm going to tell you something. The real bikers are going to have their ass right in the saddle, and they're going to ride all the way there. What I'm going to do today is give you a few of my tips, some of the things I like to do when I head out on the highway, how I pack, and what I take. Maybe you got a better way. If I can teach you something different, then we're on to something. You know, when I was in school, they said there was 3 basics for survival: food, shelter, and clothing. I don't know if you really need to follow those when you're out on the highway, but we'll use that as a start. For food, you can always stop along the highway and get yourself something to eat. But I don't like to spend all my day sitting around in a diner sipping on coffee and eating donuts. Usually when I go out on the highway, I take along some power bars. They're good nutritional snacks that stick to your belly. And I always keep nice bottle of water handy. You know, it's good to keep yourself hydrated when you're out on the road. When you're in the wind, in the sun, the bike will dehydrate real fast. So keep yourself hydrated. Keep some nutrition in your body. You'll feel a lot better. Now, if you're one of those yuppies that likes to take your vacation in a big motorhome, then this ain't going to pertain to you. But if you're like me and you're on the budget and you're going to ride the scooter, you're going to need to stay somewhere for the night. Hotels are fine if you got the cash. Me, I got a nice lightweight tent. This Eureka 4-man tent has plenty of room, and it's small enough that I can load it on the bike and strap it down. And make sure you get a tent that's versatile enough to stand up to the weather. Some of these things will blow down with a small breeze, and they're going to leak too when the rain comes down. Look for an all-weather tent. It's something that's going to zip up tight to keep the bugs out. You're going to also want to be careful how you load these things. There's tent stakes in here and poles. If you're going to set that on a fender anywhere, the vibration of the highway will wear that right through the paint, and you'll do some substantial damage to your scooter. Just be careful how you pack things. Pad the bottom real well before you strap this on. Now we're going to talk about sleeping comfort. This here's a sleeping bag. It's called a mummy bag because it kind of tapers down at the feet, and you're not going to have a lot of leg room in it. But this particular sleeping bag has a 20-degree factor on it, so it's going to keep you warm down to 20 degrees. It stuffs into this tight little package. It's real soft, so when you load it on the bike, it'll make a nice backrest for you or your partner. For a mattress, I like to use one of these. It's a Thermarest self-inflating mattress. These things roll up tight and they open up just big enough for your body. They got a little air valve here that you open up, and that allows the air to come in. And on the inside they have self-inflating foam, so if you just let this lay out, it'll fill itself up with air. You want to firm it up a little bit, take a couple breaths into there and tighten it up, and you'll have a nice firm mattress. I carry 2 of them. This one here is a pretty thin one, but I've got this other one here. This is how they roll up. It all fits into this little stuff sack. And this one here is quite a bit thicker. Gives me a real nice mattress, a real comfortable rest. And again, these things, you know, tie right up on the back of the bike. I never leave home without a ditty bag. This little thing holds everything. It's kind of like a shaving kit, I guess. I got my medicine in there, my pain relievers, and if you're going to be on the highway all day, your back's going to start complaining a little bit. Pain relief is a must for an old guy like me. You've got all my necessities in there, plus a little more. These little mag lights are sweet to take along. Fit right in there. At night you got a problem, you can see what's going on. You can find stuff in your saddlebag or whatnot. Don't forget to take the camera. You're going to want to bring pictures home to show Mom. Now this is more or less my glove box for the highway. I keep all kinds of stuff in here. And as you'll notice, I got my watch strapped right to my tree there, where I can always see what time it is. I carry an extra pair of goggles in case it rains or the weather gets crummy. A bandana just for tying things down and wrapping around my face. Some duct tape, always good. When the asphalt is soft, you'll need one of these discs put down on your kickstand. And I also keep a little bottle with some change in there for the toll road. Oh, and a good devotional book, something to give you some reading material when you're down for the evening. Don't forget to bring your leathers along. You know, if you're heading anywhere near the mountains, the temperatures go way down. You're going to need that extra warmth. A fleece or a sweater is good to put underneath your leather too, because it can get awfully chilly. And don't forget the rain gear. You'll definitely need that. When you're traveling across country, you can run into numerous thunderstorms in one day. To lash that load down, I like to use these rubber bungee cords. There's a number of different types out there. These are pretty much just the standard, what truckers use. They're heavy duty. Be careful not to use old ones that are all split and dry rotted. You know, if these things come off on you when you're going down the highway, you don't want to lose your load. I don't think you want to get snapped in the back with one of these either. But you can really stretch them good, and I usually get a couple different lengths. These are the shorter ones, but you can get them longer too, to wrap all the way around all your stuff. I like to pack my stuff in layers. Like I said, soft stuff goes on the bottom. Anything that might scratch the finish goes on top of the soft stuff. Strap it down in layers. If you snap one of these, you're not going to lose your whole load. Use a couple of them. When I hook these bungees up to the bike, I like to get them up underneath here on the frame where they're not going to scratch the finish of my bike. And then I bring them up and over and cinch the stuff down tight. And be cautious what you hook them up to. You don't want to bend your tail lights, or you don't want that metal rubbing on the fender where you're going to be sorry later. And lest I forget the third essential of the highway, clothing. What can I say? You wear the same pair of jeans all week, and you buy your souvenir t-shirts out on the road. So keep in mind when you load stuff, keep the stuff you're going to need to get to in easy access. And the stuff that you're going to need last on the bottom. It'll make life a lot simpler. Have a good trip. Enjoy yourself. Be safe. Ride hard. And die free.